Welcome to Breitwerks. So I've been queried a few times on how do you get head studs out of the case. Sometimes when they're broken that far down, you get them out by sending the case to the machine shop and having them remove them while they do a alignment check and pull the plugs and clean out the case. But I actually have 3 different tools that I use. I've been queried as to why do you have so many tools to do the same job? 4 if you count the fact that I used to just use 2 10mm nuts and one is a jam nut. But this little tool here is a stud remover. The nice thing about it is the way that it works, it doesn't mess up the threads. So you can put that right on your stud, tighten those 2 down, and as you back it off, the stud comes out with it. What you'll notice though is there's not a tremendous amount of thread right here. You'll also notice that these 2 guys are really close together. Now this thing is a monster. I put this on a 1/2 inch breaker bar and I can typically get out almost any stud that I can get a grip on. It has some depth to it, so it does require the ability to have some studs sticking up. Like this little guy way down here that's broken, he's not going to have enough for this. The other problem with this guy is once you put him on, he doesn't have room between the 2 close studs. So you've got 2 here and you've got 2 here. As far as the outside ones, easy kill. So the 3rd tool, not counting the 2 M10 nuts, is this little guy. So I will use this little guy for these close ones here. Drop it down on there. We'll grab some tools. And in this case, I've got a 36mm wrench to fit around here and a simple 3/8 ratchet. So I plug in the 3/8 ratchet and I get this guy to tension. So I have him sitting all the way down. All right, so he's tensioned up now. Put a little bit more tension, holding the counter wrench. And now simply use the 3/8 to get that guy out. Now granted, this is an intake or a top stud, so a little bit easier than doing the bottom studs. For some reason, the ones on the bottom, regardless of Delavar or steel, tend to find their way home better. Lots of bad noises, but it'll come out. All right, now we'll chase all of these blind holes before we even send this to the machine shop. But now we just loosen this guy up. Pull the stud out. And voila, we've got one removed stud. You'll notice this does scratch the surface a little bit. So because corrosion's a big issue with these studs, I really don't recommend that tool if you're going to reuse studs. In this case, we're replacing all 24. Now to use the bigger tool, now that I have room because I moved that one stud, we're going to hook up breaker bar. Sometimes this little guy here takes a little bit to get bit in, but let's see how it goes. Okay. Now that guy, I don't recommend putting a impact on it, but I have heard people have done that. I can usually generate enough torque and grip with that head that I'll break the stud long before I need a impact gun. So now we've got that guy, and we can use the other tool to just loosen them up and pull them out. So those are the 3 different types of stud remover that you can use. Times you will have to add a little bit of heat. Hopefully you won't, and you will have great luck with all of your stud removals in the future. Thanks for watching. Check us out at Breitwerks.com.